Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and some of us are just born ugly. Just some of us, a few of us. I'm talking about me! Okay, we all know it, but we don't need to talk about it. But as time progresses, we're supposed to get a little bit prettier because we have that glow up phase. Now, I haven't had that phase yet. I'm still waiting for it, but there's a point to all of this. The same thing could be said about Overwatch heroes, where at the very beginning of the game, so many heroes were ugly. Not as terms of their looks, but as terms of their gameplay. They were just really awful in all sorts of aspects, whether it was their abilities, their primary form of fire, but most importantly, their ultimate. Heroes like Torbjorn, Symmetra, Mercy, and even D.Va have all received massive reworks to their ultimate to not only make it a better ult, but make them a better hero. So looking back at it, it's kind of beautiful to see how Blizzard was able to evolve all these heroes, but still keep their core fundamentals intact with them. Unfortunately though, not every hero was lucky and they still remain ugly when it comes to their ultimates, which is where the stupid metaphor comes to a close and why I'm making this video as crunchy as it is. Today, I want to talk about heroes that desperately need an ultimate rework. Overwatch is a forever changing game where the heroes need to be able to change with the time, and the heroes that I'm going to be talking about in this video are still stuck in 2016, for better or for worse. So that's why I think taking a look at their ultimate and possibly reworking it could be the first or maybe even the only step to making them a meta considerable pick. And even though heroes shouldn't desperately rely on their ultimates, it should at least be considered to be a game-changing part about picking that hero. And these heroes, man, I really don't think they have any game-changing aspects, or maybe it's even too game-changing. You'll soon see what I mean. Stick around to the end of the video. But the first hero's ultimate that I want to rework, that I've been advocating for at least the past year, maybe even 2 years, is Widowmaker's wall hack ultimate ability. INFRA-SIGHT, as it's officially known as, is what I consider to be one of the worst ultimates in the game. Now, I know that's a bold statement, but when you really think about it, something has to be one of the worst ultimates in the game. And when you start to look at the list of ults in the game, you start to realize, INFRA-SIGHT really doesn't have that much upside when you really use it. Now, yes, obviously there is an upside. There's an obvious upside, and you're able to see the enemy's position through walls for 15 seconds. What else does it do? You see the problem here? You're only able to see the enemy's position. Now, a lot of people are going to use the argument where you're able to see the enemy's position. Isn't that good? Yeah, but I can also know the enemy's position by communicating with my team. Like if a Reinhardt's at the front line and they're going to the left side of Hanamura, can't my Reinhardt just relay back that information to me? Can't they just say, hey, they're going on the left side? I don't need an ultimate to know the positioning of the enemy. Then some people will say, well, you're able to see the flanking Reaper or the flanking Tracer. Yeah, I'm able to see them, but it doesn't necessarily stop them. A McCree's flashbang or a Rodog's hook stops them. So just knowing the information might be okay, but I also have audio cues to let me know. Reaper's footsteps or maybe his shadow step can alert me that he's flanking around. So this is really just an ultimate that's obsolete based on stuff that I can get in the game for free. I don't need an ultimate to be able to feed me the information. I have teammates, or I have my headset, or I have my freaking eyes to tell me the position of the enemy. Plus, you also have this ultimate in the form of Hanzo's ability. I'm just saying. So knowing that it's obsolete and knowing that it really doesn't benefit the whole entire team, or at least benefit you, shouldn't we try to rework Widow's ultimate? And here's the thing that I came up with that can not only benefit the team, but more importantly, benefit yourself as Widow so that you can play even if your counters are on the field and if you're better than those counters. The ultimate rework that I'm calling for is that every single time Widow uses her ultimate, she can still get the INFRA-SIGHT, but she also gets a 50% damage increase against armor, barriers, and shields. The reason why I think this ultimate rework would be beneficial for Widowmaker, not only for herself, but also on her impact in the game, is say if the enemy team was running double shields. Even after the nerf, it's gonna be really hard to use a Widowmaker because they have all these shields present and you're not able to hit your shots no matter what angle you get. But now every single time that you pop your ultimate, now you at least have a chance to be able to be a somewhat effective sniper. And some people would say, well, she's a sniper. Shields are supposed to block her. Yeah, but Hanzo's a sniper too, and he's able to burn through those shields with his storm arrow. The fact that this would be an ultimate, all right, not a regular, but this would be an ultimate, means that she can at least have somewhat of an impact, even if the enemy team is just throwing shields everywhere. But on top of that, this means that she can be effective just by herself. Say if the enemy team was running a dive comp, say like a Winston, a D.Va, or a Hammond, because this ultimate also allows that 50% damage increase against armor armor. One problem when it comes to Widowmaker is that if the Widow is a god tier player, she can just fall prey to what is an easy counter, which is a dive comp. But if Widow's able to maneuver the map, able to grapple and get to a position where she can shoot these tanks with armor, they can pierce the armor, which will make it a little bit easier to be able to defend herself from the dive, meaning that she can be a little bit more of a common pick. That's what I'm really going for, because Widowmaker right now, again, it might just be the fact that shields are so strong that you don't want to play Widowmaker, but even if you disregard the shields, dive comp just easily counters her. But if you're better than them, you should be able to beat them because you're straight up better. And I think with this ultimate, it'll allow her to do that. Or at least just keep the INFRA-SIGHTs on whenever she dies. Like, why did they nerf her INFRA-SIGHT? I just don't get it, bruh. But the thing that I like about that ultimate rework is that it keeps the core fundamentals about Widow still intact with her ultimate, because you can't get rid of her visor. And that's where it gets a little bit hard with the second ultimate rework, because I want to rework Soldier's ultimate. This dude, not only is he old, but he's not stuck in 2016. He's stuck in 1969, bruh. Soldier has just always been an under-averaged hero. Like, I don't ever remember a time where he's been the hero to play. Like, right now, it could be considered Doomfist. A couple of weeks ago, it was Symmetra. Then a couple months ago, it was Brigitte. Soldier never ever meta. And maybe it's because of his ultimate, because the thing is, though, yes, it's supposed to be simple. Soldier is a very simple jack of all trades, master of none type hero, but with his ultimate, the thing that aims for you is that it's just that. It aims for you, when I could easily do that. I don't need an ultimate to be able to aim for me, even though, yes, my aim is trash. But here's what I'm trying to get at. Just like Widowmaker's ultimate, there really is no benefit to using TACT visor other than the fact that it'll help you suck less. That really is the basic idea of his ult. So why not have at least one extra ability every single time that you use TACT visor? And the thing that I'm going for kind of takes inspiration from the Widowmaker rework, but it's a little bit different. But I want shield piercing armor bullets. The problem with Soldier's ultimate right now is that his ultimate gets countered way too easily. Like, yeah, you can do a cheeky little flank, but you have to put yourself in harm's way where you can possibly die from a Roadhog hook or just die from the enemy team to be able to get a clean TACT visor. Whereas if you have shield piercing bullets, not only can you burn the shield that's right in front of you, but then you can also be an effective ulting Soldier 76. My idea of an ultimate allows a hero to do something that they weren't able to do before, but I also like an ultimate that allows a hero to counter something. And that's why I like the Widowmaker ultimate rework, because you're able to counter your counters. And that might seem counterintuitive because those are your counters. You see what I did? That was stupid. But with Soldier, yeah, you might not be getting the kills, but at least you're piercing the shields whenever you activate your superpower. Not only does it give him a purpose when it comes to countering something, in this case the shields, but it will allow his ultimate to be even more effective because he's burning the shield and he might have a little bit of extra time to be able to get one kill, maybe two, when the Zenyatta can still easily counter his Soldier ult. Like, when you start to think about it, Soldier has so many counters towards his ultimate. A shield shouldn't be one of them. Let's look at this comparison when it comes to Baptiste and Soldier 76 shooting Ryan shield. Boy, why is Baptiste doing just as much damage as a Soldier? But the last and final ultimate that I think needs a rework is actually going to be a nerf rework, because when you think about it, sometimes a rework isn't always just buffing something. And in this case, I feel like this ult is way too powerful because there is little to nothing countering it, and it's Sombra's EMP. I really do think something needs to be done about her EMP. This might just be an issue at the higher levels where there's a tiny bit more communication, but any single time a Sombra has her ultimate, that basically means that they're gonna win the fight. That is the closest thing to the I automatically win button, because yeah, you just gotta build it up and you might not win the fight, but you're gonna be able to have an ability that wipes away all this protection on the field. Reinhardt's shield, Zarya's bubble, Mei's ice block. I talked about this in my last video when it came to Sombra 3 years ago, but it's all because this ultimate is so good, so powerful, but so uncounterable, and that's my biggest issue. An ultimate should be powerful. I mean, I just spent the last maybe 8 minutes talking about why we should make these two ultimates a little bit more powerful, but it should also be counterable, because even though Widow's ultimate, if it has a 50% damage buff towards armor, shield, and barriers, you can still kill the Widowmaker if you are better than the Widow. With Soldier 76, you're just gonna get your shield burned. You might not necessarily die, and you can still counter it with the Zenyatta ultimate. When it comes to Sombra's ult, what do? Sleeper, basher, stunner? Can you really do any of that in the 0.35 second activation window? That's not even half of a second that you need to be able to predict that, move towards the moving Sombra also, and stop her. That's my biggest issue, and that's where it's troublesome, because how do you nerf something that is just a part of Sombra? I came up with the idea of a 180-degree EMP where everyone in front of you is gonna get hacked, but people behind you will not. That way it can stop the translocator just getting thrown in the middle of a team fight, press one button, and now they're all sitting ducks. At least this way, you can still EMP and hack everyone, you just have to flank all the way behind them and get everyone in your 15-meter, 180-degree EMP. Or maybe some other ideas if they don't want to do that silly idea. Maybe instead of barriers deteriorating after an EMP, maybe you can still have them on the field, even though this whole entire video I've been talking about why we need to destroy them, but literally in a snap of a finger, all barriers go away, which just means for Orisa, Reinhardt, Sigma, Winston, they're all gonna die a whole lot easier with or without ultimates from your allies. Or maybe just decrease the area of effectiveness, like just something. I don't want the casting time to increase so that it could be a little bit more counterable, because I'm gonna be honest, it's hard to counter this ultimate, because the thing that makes it hard is that she comes out of invisibility to activate her ultimate, and beforehand it was a little bit easier because there was a timer, but now she's infinitely invisible. It's just hard. So just let me know, but let me know what you think about all these reworks, and I'll see you guys later. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.